Personality, he's got some showmanship, right? And he's got some really good decks that he fields. But let's talk about as we jump into this game. Tell us a little bit about how these Runecraft decks line up. How will this matchup play out, guys? Take it away.
Mother, father.
Sure. So Runecraft for Shadow really depends on the draw of Master Mage Levi's. If Master Mage Levi's are drawn, this game gets really easy for Dirt Rune. If they're not drawn, it gets a lot harder. Basically, board control or lose. But as we've seen, Aya, I can let you go into that. What has happened every single time we've seen these decks match up against each other?
Generally, unless there was a massive misplay, and I mean, it would have to be catastrophic. Okay, we see Dirt Rune win the matchup. So, yeah. I mean, unless, again, of course, you get a bad draw. That could happen. It happens to anybody.
Can happen.
You know. But, yeah, we generally see Dirt Rune win this matchup.
Realistically, the reason why you see Dirt Rune in a lineup right now is because it has a favorable matchup against Shadow, which you know almost everyone, if not everyone, is bringing. So, it's a feel-good deck into this format.
Yep. So, playing the Dwarf Alchemist, what that does is it has a fanfare effect that it will add a Earth Essence to your hand. These are incredibly valuable to your game plan as Dirt Rune because a lot of your some of your spells and effects will require sigils to become better. And then the Dwarf Alchemist also has an evolve effect that when you evolve it, it will add one random card with Earthright and its card text to your hand. So it can help you fish for those Master Mage levies because, of course, we know that Master Mage levy has Earthright, or it could even fish for cards such as Calamitous Curse, or I'm forgetting one. Or actually, it can fish for.
There's a ton of cards they can grab and get. Halo Golem, it can get a ton of stuff. It can even get Magic Illusions, which never feels good, but. Usually, you want one of your more high play point cards to come out of that. So,
yeah. Oh, I remember Professor of Taboos. Haha. So
yes, Professor.
There you go.
All right. So to get into the game here a little bit, Sizouney is just like, you know what? I know that you can stop me if I let this game go too long. So I'm literally just going to push as hard as I possibly can. And he has the Phantom Howl to finish off. So I feel like that is the appropriate line of play to take.
Sizouney, that's the. You know what that was? That was the please let this work.
Right. That's the please. I don't have anything left. Don't have a good turn. Please don't clear my board.
He's not even looking at the screen, dude.
He's not. Like, he's already got his head in his hands.
He's like, please let this work. Oh, it didn't.
No, and this is the turning point in the game right here. Sizouney still has a chance here. He's not dead in the water, especially now that he drew that Prince Catacomb. That'll give him some staying power against something like a Master Mage Levi.
But it's out of Evos now, so.
Out of Evos, but there's not really a good way for Symphonus to do anything about this. So the reason why you call this deck Dirt Rune is because it operates with Earth Sigils and Earthright. It's just an affectionate name for it. As we see, there are no Earth Sigils to use for any of the Earthright effects that Symphonus has, like the Master Mage Levi, the Halo Golem, or anything like that. So this might just be a Wizardess turn into like...
He can't... There's no way he can play... Can he? No, I don't think he can play that Mutagenic Bolt. There's no way.
No. Mutagenic Bolt is certain do. Certain do.
Yeah. Like, guaranteed dead.
I think I would have gone with the Wizardess play here just because it a little bit more tempo. I guess he didn't want to get rid of the Mutagenic Bolt in the dance. I don't know if they're really going to come into play this game at all.
No, I don't think so.
I wouldn't have cared about discarding them, but yeah. Just flood board. If his opponent deals with it, he has Phantom Howl. Which isn't technically lethal. Play the Lyrial. Play it. Come on. Get there. Let's go.
Come on, Sizouney. You know this one, man. Oh, he didn't play it.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna matter either way, but all he needs to do is get 1 damage in this next turn, and then he has a chance to win this game.
Sizouney is he's doing the prayer dance. I don't know, like, he's just, he's doing something over there, man. He's just like, please don't have it. Like,
and he was on the play with about as an aggressive draw as you can get with Symphonus not having great answers, so I'm pretty sure he's going to win this game. I don't think there's any way to come out from behind this. I definitely don't like the Saktar play.
Well, he just got rid of... Well, I don't know. He's putting him down. There's really no way that...
Actually, you're right. Yeah, there's no way for him to clear this board and not get shadows back for the Phantom Hell anyway, so...
Yeah, so it's like, I think he's... Yeah, it's fine. I don't even know why you're praying, Sizouney, you know?
Yeah, you know this game is over now. You've got the Phantom Hell. He can't even clear the board. Can't Mutagenic Bolt.
Well, he can Mutagenic Bolt for, like, the viewership. There you go!
There he goes. There you go.
There you go! And he played the other one. He turned the rats into rats. Yes! Yes!
So just like in any card game, you might have a favorable matchup, but that doesn't mean you're going to win the match. As we saw, Sizouney was like, you know what? I'm just going to throw all my cups into this one aggro basket, and it paid off.
Yep.
As we've seen, like, so a lot of our talk about the European side when we were in the open stage of play was, do these players really know what they're doing as far as like when to switch to an aggressive mindset, when to switch to a control mindset? Sizouney has shown over the course of weeks and weeks and weeks that he knows exactly when to turn that corner and just doesn't relent. Like, he doesn't stop once he decides what he wants to do, and I think that's a really big asset that he has.
For sure. He's been riding that wave for a bit. And, I mean, he's so happy he won that game, he had to leave.
Like, yeah, he's like, take a victory lap.
Okay. It doesn't necessarily keep out Symphonus, though. Symphonus can still come back and win this, but, I mean, we're about to see it. We're about to see it, man. We're about to see it.
All right, Rune v. Rune, here we go. Here's the matchup.
I guess you're looking for a fight.
Now, this is all draw dependent. This is all draw dependent. This is whoever gets a better curve and whoever can manipulate the board better over the course of the game.
Yep.
So we're not going to be able to tell you who's winning this game for a while.
No, but Symphonus has got a pretty, you know, it's got not an amazing hand, but it's not terrible. He does have, you know, Levy on 2, so he can play as a tempo play, but, I mean, it's not, again, not... Oh, that's much better.
Much better, yeah. But Sizouney's got a great filter hand. He had the insight, he's got a Kaleidoscopic Glow for this turn to keep drawing cards and spell boosting. And one of the pivotal turns that's going to happen in this game is when that Rhyme Wind is used. And Rhyme Wind is kind of an obscure card. It bounces a unit based on toughness for how many times it's been spell boosted throughout the game, starting at 1. And once it does that, it puts the same number of the toughness number that it had on it of 1/1s into play as snowmen. So if he can do that on a turn where there's no Master Mage Levi to clear the board, that's when he can play the Conjuring Force and then start pushing damage. And Conjuring Force is the amulet that +1/+0s all your guys whenever you play a spell after it's in play.
Yep. Now, we just saw that Symphonus decided to crack his sigil and play the Halo Golem.
You're done for.
I guess that's fine. He did get to do some face damage. I mean, he did leave himself very wide open to this Levy.
Very open.
Yeah. And he has no sigils.
Yeah, with the spells that I see in Sizouney's hand, this is actually, I think, favored towards him at the moment, just because he has a ton of removal, and he's got endgame options in the Enchanted Sword. So if he does draw Blade Mage, or if these Rhyme Wind tokens do happen to live, he's going to have a very good turn afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but yeah,
I was going to say, Symphonus, he's got, you know, he has a Levy. He can get a Sigil up as well. He has a Dwarf Alchemist in hand, so he can play that. And that will allow him to get a Sigil in hand, so he will be able to set it up.
He won't be able to actually clear with Master Mage Levi this coming turn, though, so this might be the turn that Sizouney pops the trigger on the Rhyme Wind. Because there's not really a better play for him to make here. He could play the Conjuring Force just to get it in play. That would be a fine play, but then he would take 6 damage. That's super scary.
I don't think you really want to be taking damage against Burn.
No.
Just so for the people who may not know, Time Worn Mage Levy, which is yet another one of the most hated cards in the game. It is a 2-play.22 that when it evolves, it adds a Crimson Sorcery to your hand, and the Crimson Sorcery is a 1-play point spell that does 3 damage to a target.
Yep, very solid card. Basically, if you're playing Rune, you're probably playing that card. Unless you have a really good excuse not to. Yeah, in triplicate. Yeah, it's very good. You see Lyriel in tons of decks. This is Lyriel on steroids.
Yeah. Well, opting to do nothing after that.
Interesting. Okay. Putting the Levi out for food. Probably to play into a Wizardess turn, just trying to empty the hand out.
I'm all tuckered out.
Sizouney really not giving Symphonus any room to work with. Not playing out anything to be evoed into. Nothing.
No.
I mean, I don't disagree with it. The thing is, he doesn't feel.
Ooh.
He doesn't feel like he's in a position, or at least he didn't feel like he was in a position where he could just win. So, yeah.
I want to see Conjuring Force come into play this turn, and I want to see Blade Mage shenanigans happen right now. Let's go. Because those Enchanted Swords are already down super low. He could basically just slap down... Okay. This works too. This will play right into Master Mage Levi, though, so you won't get any advantage out of this turn. But it does spell boost the Blade Mage one more time.
Yeah.
And he could set up a turn where he just plays Conjuring Force, Blade Mage, and his entire hand to win in one turn, which is what he's looking to do.
Well, ooh, that was a good draw. That was a great draw.
Is that lethal? No, he's got to wait one turn for the lethal.
I was gonna say that. No, that's not lethal. And
if there was a sigil, that would have been lethal.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one Conjuring Force turn gave Symphonus an extra turn to win, but he didn't grab the wins. So Sizouney's gonna just OTK him next turn.
Yep. Symphonus is like, please don't have it, please don't have it. Unfortunately, he does.
He's got plenty of it.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, this is gonna feel so bad.
No.
Why these European players are still not banning out
Unbelievable.
Conjuring Force Rune? Like, I don't know why. They keep losing to it. They keep not banning it.
They just, hey man, they just like, we don't even care, bro. And
Sizouney's taking this one the clean sweep.
He did the wave! He did the wave!
Yeah.
Oh man, Sizouney. Oh man.
13 damage.